Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia-Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover these 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. And you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Your surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Purdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Both Chevy Silverado and Traverse are ready for you. Get supplier pricing today on all new Chevy Silverado 1500s with up to $13,500 off. Or get a loaded Traverse, the roomy Chevy SUV with third row seating, and enjoy up to $6,000 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Get ready to smile.
Houlihan serves fresh, handcrafted dishes made just the way you like them. Juicy burgers, sizzling steaks, crisp salads, and shareable appetizers set the table for every appetite. Relax with friends, celebrate special moments, or enjoy a casual night out. Houlihan's delivers great food, great drinks, and great times, with 2 locations in Columbus, downtown at the Marriott Hotel and on Sidney Simons Boulevard at the Doubletree Hotel.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
And welcome everybody out here to Randy Jordan Field. Here at Columbus High School as we get ready to watch the Smiths Station Panthers come across the river to take on Columbus Blue Devils. Smiths Station coming into today 7-11 on the season, playing in Region 4 of Class 7A as we see a little standoff going on the baselines after the anthem. Trying to see who's going to walk off last and go back to the dugout. We've seen that a few times this year between some of the kids. Nice little banter back and forth. It's fun to watch that little extra competitiveness, I guess, on it. Starting off the day with Smith Station, we're going to have Hunter Whale is going to be the leadoff batter playing in center. Kanan McDonald at second base. Evan Long in the 3-hole playing shortstop. Eddie Martinez, the cleanup hitter, third baseman. First baseman, Hunter McGlon in the 5-hole. Cohen Watkins after him at the catcher. Sawyer Rentz, the right fielder, will be batting in the 7-hole. Parker Watkins, the DH. And then rounding out the lineup is Mason Long, the left fielder, and James Benton on the mound for Smith Station. Out here on the field so far for Columbus High School, you're going to have Michael Nottleman on the mound today to start things off, the lefty, the Georgia Tech signee. Then you've got his battery mate, Colton Hefner, behind the dish. From third to first on the infield, David Vega, Axel Serra, Maddox Anderson, and Paxton Wyatt. And then outfield left to right, you've got Ryan Miller, Ren Smith, and then Thomas Williams over in the corner there, the short porch here at Columbus High School. Let's get ready for this matchup here. You see Big Tim Green behind the plate. He'll be calling balls and strikes today for the game. Columbus High School 10-7 on the season. Started off a little bit rough, but seems like Coach Mathis has found out his lineup here as they've started off 7-0 in region play. This, of course, a non-region game, but still coming in first place in the region, being able to take care of business where it matters as far as playoff seeding goes. And if you hadn't been down here at Columbus High School for a baseball game, they have these delicious little boat of meal called the Blue Devil fries. You get the fries, pulled pork, a little bit of barbecue sauce, and some queso on there. Just a delicious thing. I wish I could have some. I had them last time I was here. Ricky's enjoying them over here while he's producing. I had them last time here during the Southeast Baseball Classic, and I believe I had 2 of them, to be honest. And now we're getting ready for some baseball here to start off, and you'll see Hunter Whale getting ready to step into the plate to lead off for the Panthers. And Michael Nottleman getting ready for first pitch here as Tim Green finally got the kids to come off the baseline after the anthem and go back to the dugout so we can start play. And first pitch of the ball game is a swing and a miss by Whale, and it's a strike. 5:37 first pitch here at Columbus High School. 0-1 count to start things off on Hunter Whale. And swing and a miss, strike 2. Nottleman coming out throwing 2 fastballs, and he's quickly ahead of Whale. 0-2 is the count. Let's see if he tries to throw another one across the plate or maybe try to get him to chase one here with no balls. And he throws that along the inside corner and gets him looking. Seems like Whale was expecting the waste pitch, and it wasn't there. Over the plate. And that'll bring up the second baseman for the Panthers, Kanan McDonald. Let's see if he can do anything here. Nobody put the bat on the ball yet so far. 3 pitches and 3 strikes for the strikeout to start things off here for Nottleman. Nottleman coming into the day 3-1 with a 1.88 ERA. And that's going to be a strike over the middle as well. That's going to be an 0-1 count on McDonald to start him off. 6 appearances for Nottleman on the season, 26 innings. He's given up 7 earned runs, 62 strikeouts in 26 innings to 8 walks. I'd say that's a pretty decent ratio for a high school pitcher. Curveball, all speed, and McDonald makes contact and flares it out into right field. And that breaks up the no-no here. 1 out into the ball game for Nottleman. You wonder if he's kind of mad at himself in his head right now. He's been able to blow it by all of them with the fastball. Went off speed for the first time. And McDonald was able to make contact and find a little bit of green out there in the outfield for the base hit. So now he's on first base. Now to bring up the shortstop, Evan Long. And a high ball one to start him off. Smiths Station with a 7-11 record, though, but they haven't played a shoddy schedule at all. They've lost to Northside, Enterprise twice, Prattville, Demopolis, Rehoboth, Chelsea, Spain Park, Glenwood, teams like that that are all known as baseball schools, just perennial playoff teams. They've been able to take down teams like Geneva and Dothan, Russell County, Robertsdale, Beauregard. Trying to come in here for the upset against the Blue Devils. And another get-me-over pickoff move, and McDonald's going to get back in plenty of time, and he'll be safe. Still waiting on the 1-0 pitch is Evan Long. And that one's going to sail high as well. It'll make it 2-0. Let's see if Nottleman can try to find his groove from the stretch here, as he's not been able to throw a strike since McDonald got on base. And he'll get it there that time with a heater. And Evan Long fouls it back to the screen, and it's now a 2-1 count. Beautiful day out here in Columbus. 58 degrees right now. It's sunny. Couple of clouds along the skyline there, but no real wind to speak of. As you see the flag out in center field, not really moving at all. And another get me over to first base to make sure McDonald doesn't get too big of a lead. And he'll miss with that one as well. And now that'll run the count to 3-1. So Evan Long can be picky with this next pitch, whether he wants to swing at it or not. Just make sure it's in his zone. Nottleman from the stretch. And that's going to be high as well. It's going to be a 5-pitch walk. So that'll put runners at first and second for the Smiths Station Panthers with the cleanup hitter, Eddie Martinez, stepping up to the plate, the third baseman. You can see Hefner going out there to have a little mound visit with Nottleman, try to make sure he's calmed down a little bit here. Throwing from the stretch, maybe try to get a strategy here against the right-handed cleanup hitter for Smiths Station with 2 runners on. You've got Kanan McDonald in scoring position now for Smiths Station. 1 down in the top of the first. Swing and a miss at the first one, and then it's an 0-1 count. Martinez swinging at a little bit of a high one there. Could have been a ball. Getting a little bit aggressive at the plate. Wants to jump on the first pitch. A little spin over. Get a throw back to second. As you see Anderson go over there clapping his glove. And swings at another high one, does Martinez. And it's an 0-2 count. Now I think Nottleman knows where to throw the third one here. Martinez has chased 2 around the chest neck area. Another pickoff move. McDonald gets back safely on the throw to Sarah as he made his way over from short. And he's going to foul that one back. Does Martinez to stay alive and keep it an 0-2 count. And he's going to foul that one back as well and manages to stay alive. Battling here with an 0-2 count. He's fouled off the last 2. Breaking ball. Doesn't break, stays outside, and it's now a 1-2 count. And a back throw to second base again on the pickoff. Not in time. McDonald back safely. Had to loosen up the bed a little bit, get the dirt underneath there, and he's throwing it across again. It's now 2-2. Martinez not chasing the high one that time. McDonald already having to dive back into base about 5 times after he's reached on pickoff attempts by Nodelman. And we got time out at the plate. You see the pitching coach telling the catcher to speed it up as far as calling the signals. Nodelman gets the one he wants. And he's going to chop it down the line. It's going to stay foul. Scooped up out there by the third base coach for Smiths Station, and that keeps it a 2-2 count. As Martinez, starting off 0-2 on the first 2 pitches, is fouled off 3 and watched 2 outside the zone, and is now 2-2. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat from Nodelman to Eddie Martinez. And he'll flare that one out towards short right field. Is anybody going to get to it? Coming in and off the glove of Trent Williams. And everybody's safe. And that'll be an E9 in the book, but that'll load the bases up here. That was Thomas Williams, my apologies, out in right field. Came right off the glove, seemed to have lost it in the sun a little bit there as you saw him and then Anderson running back to it. That loads the bases up there. Good at bat by Martinez, just putting the ball in play after being down 0-2. And that one's going to be flared out of play there over the screen. Hunter McGlawn, the first baseman, up to bat now for Smiths Station. You know he's looking at that short wall out in right field, just hoping to put one up in the air. And that's going to be outside, and that'll even the count up 1-1. Eddie Martinez with an 8-pitch at bat after going down 0-2. Able to put one in play and get on base, even if it was by an error. And McGlawn's going to foul another one outside the playing field, and it's going to be a 1-2 count. And Blue looking to get some more balls here, I believe. All right, everything's good to go now. I believe it's something to do with the batter's eyes, maybe. Get ready here. 1-2 count from Nodelman to Hunter McGlawn. And he's going to flare that one out. It's going to be inside. It should be a infield fly. A little bit of a late call on that one, but it's going to be a pop-up to the first baseman, Wyatt. And he'll make the catch, and it'll now be bases loaded, 2 down for the catcher, Cohen Watkins. As Nodelman got McGlawn just a little bit ahead of that one there, flared it up into the air for a pop-out. Now Cohen Watkins looking to put the Panthers on the board here with the bases loaded. Base hit, could score 2. And swinging a miss at the fastball, 0-1 count. This will be the 24th pitch of the inning coming up for Michael Nodelman. And that's going to be an 0-2 count now. 2 swings and misses by Cohen Watkins on fastballs. Watkins all up on the plate here. And swing and a miss. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and Nottleman gets out of it on 25 pitches with 2 strikeouts, no runs, 1 hit, 3 left on base, and 1 error as we head to the bottom of the first, and Columbus steps to the plate here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. It's still scoreless. And we're back here at Columbus High School at Randy Jordan Field for the bottom of the first. Due up for the Columbus High Blue Devils, it'd be Ryan Miller, Ren Smith, and Michael Nottleman. 4, 5, 6 is Colton Hefner, Paxton Wyatt, Thomas Williams. And then rounding out the bottom of the lineup for the Blue Devils, Maddox Anderson, Axel Sarah, David Vega. Out on the field for Smiths Station, on the mound, James Benton. Behind the plate, Cohen Watkins. From third to first, Eddie Martinez, Evan Long, Kanan McDonald, Hunter McGlon. Left to right out in the outfield, Mason Long, Hunter Whale, and Sawyer Rentz. Saw Smiths Station bring 6 to the plate in the top half of the first. Were unable to score, left the bases loaded. After getting bases loaded, 1 out, Nottleman able to get a pop out from Hunter McGlon and then strike out Cohen Watkins in the succeeding at bat to end the inning with no runs scored for the Panthers. Now to bring up Ryan Miller here, the left fielder for Columbus High. Miller batting .345 on the season with 8 runs, 6 RBIs. And first pitch from the lefty Benton in the dirt. And it's a 1-0 count on Miller. And next one, he chops out to third base, picked up by Martinez. The throw over to first is going to be in time. A little high, but McGlon able to make it, and that'll be a 5-3 put out to start things off for Smiths Station and Columbus High's offense. That'll bring up Ren Smith, the center fielder. Smith, the junior, coming in batting .308 on the year. 11 runs, 12 RBIs, 1 triple, and 2 home runs for the junior center fielder for the Blue Devils. And he'll flare that one foul towards the first base dugout, and it'll be an 0-1 count. You see a little bit of a disparity between lefties here. Nottleman, tall, lanky, throws a lot more power behind that fastball. Benton, shorter with a lot more movement and try to find better placement to try and make sure the ball doesn't hit the barrel of the Blue Devils. And after that pitch, it's a 1-1 count. A little high and outside. Gets that one out, hit to the shortstop, picked up by Long. Throw over to McGlon for the catch and the 6-3 put out. Benton, more of a ground ball pitcher, relying on the defense of his fellow teammates at Smiths Station. And that'll bring up Michael Nottleman now in the 3-hole. Also on the mound today, the senior batting .400 with 16 runs, 19 RBIs, 5 doubles, 3 triples, and 4 home runs on the season. Not only the ace on the mound, but also so far the best hitter in the lineup. And that's going to hit him. Tipped off the helmet there, and it's going to be a hit by pitch, and Nottleman makes his way over to first base. Now to bring up the catcher, Colton Hefner. Hefner, a freshman, batting .378 on the season. 5 runs scored, 13 ribbies, 4 doubles, and a triple for the young catcher for Columbus High. And first pitch is going to be low and inside for a ball. It's a 1-0 count. From the stretch is Benton with a 1-0 pitch. Inside in the dirt makes it a 2-0 count. Benton looking to try and get his mechanics in line from the stretch here as he's thrown for the first time today from it, just as Nodelman had to in the top half. And over the outside corner for a strike, and it's now 2-1. Two-one pitch upcoming from Benton here to Hefner. Inside chop foul towards the third base dugout, now leaving things up 2-2. Two outs, runner on first. The pitch lands over on the breaking ball into the strike zone, and he gets Hefner looking for the third out. So Benton able to work out a little bit of trouble there as he got Nodelman on base with a hit by pitch, but Columbus ends the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base as we head to the top of the second. Still scoreless here at Columbus High on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
And we're back here at Randy Jordan Field here at Columbus High School near Lake Bottom Park in Columbus. Here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, the meeting here from across the river, Smiths Station taking on the Blue Devils. Due up here in the top half of the second, Sawyer Rentz, Parker Watkins, and Mason Long for Smiths Station. Michael Nodelman on the mound. Back in the windup for the Blue Devils. First pitch sails high, 1-0. Smiths Station threatened in the previous inning, getting the bases loaded with 1 out, but Nodelman able to work out of it with a pop-up and a strikeout. And second pitch in the dirt, 2-0 count now on the right fielder for the Panthers. And inside as well, and it's now a 3-0 count. And Rentz can wait for his pitch. And 4 pitches, 4 balls, rinse and repeat as he heads to first base with the walk. That'll bring up the designated hitter hitting out of the 8th hole for Smiths Station, Parker Watkins. As that's the 4th base runner of the day for Smiths Station here. No outs in the top of the 2nd. Making Nottleman work. And he throws the first one over there. A little get me over to first base, and Rentz is back easily. 30th pitch of the ball game already for Nottleman. That's across the plate for a strike. And it's an 0-1 count. Squaring around is Watkins this time. And a throw over to first base, not in time. See if he squares around again here. Trying to get the runner in scoring position. He does, and he lays down a bunt. It's going to be scooped up by the third baseman. And Vega gets it over in time, but nobody was covering third base. And you see the third base coach upset at Rentz for not noticing the fact that nobody was over there as he was yelling for him to get over there before anybody could cover. And Columbus High able to dodge a bullet on that bunt and keep him from getting over to third base. Good sacrifice that time by Parker Watkins. And now with 1 down and a runner in scoring position for the Panthers, that'll bring up Mason Long, the left fielder. And he'll square around as well. And fouls that one up high in the air. Vega unable to get to it. And it's now an 0-1 count. See if he squares around this time again with 1 strike. And Nottleman steps off the mound. And throws that one across the plate, and that's now an 0-2 count. As Long didn't square around to bunt that time, but watched it go right across the heart of the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. And he'll foul that one off the glove of Hefner. Unable to corral that one for the strikeout, and it'll still be 0-2. And Long manages to stay alive. Probably tough as a lefty to go up the bat against Nottleman. With his mechanics out there, he can kind of hide the ball well from a left-hander. And he'll try to throw the breaking ball that time, but it sweeps too far outside the zone, and it's now 1-2. And that one lands off the plate as well. You can see Hefner was lined up and situated off the plate, hoping that maybe the frame would get the call, but you can see Blue shaking his head, no. You know where it was. And that one goes across the plate that time, no question. And Mason Long goes down looking for the 3rd strikeout of the day for Nottleman. And now with Rentz still at second base, that'll bring us back to the top of the order for Smiths Station, and Hunter Well step up to the plate, struck out looking his first time up to lead off the ball game. And he's going to foul that one. Looks like he's going to go out of play over towards the street, and it's going to be an 0-1 count. As a Nissan almost caught a souvenir. The 0-1 pitch from Nottleman to Whale. And we've got timeout called. Step out of the box and reset, refocus. try to get a run in here with a base hit. And he's going to chop that one over the glove of Nottleman, but coming up with it is Sarah. And the throw over was low, but it was dug up by Wyatt. Good play over there at first base. And that's going to be the 6-3 putout that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, one left on base for the Smiths Station Panthers as we head to the bottom of the second. It's still scoreless here at Columbus High on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Both Chevy Silverado and Traverse are ready for you. Get supplier pricing today on all new Chevy Silverado 1500s with up to $13,500 off. Or get a loaded Traverse, the roomy Chevy SUV with third row seating, and enjoy up to $6,000 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Get ready to smile.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care.
And we're back here for the bottom of the second. We'd like to take this time to thank Carol Purdue, State Farm Insurance, for being one of our main sponsors here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live. I'd like to thank her. If you need anything as far as coming to these ball games, worried about balls hitting your windshield on your car, make sure you get with Carol Purdue over there at State Farm Insurance. And the first two pitches to Paxton Wyatt. The first one a swing and a miss. The second one tipped back to the screen. And the first baseman for Columbus is quickly in the hole here, 0-2. I'd like to thank our other sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, and Houston Clinic, as well as Gordy Eye Care, for all they do to help us bring these broadcasts to you guys, whether you're watching from work or at home. And that one's flown out to left field. Getting up under it is Long, and he makes the grab. So on the 0-2 count, Wyatt able to put the ball in play that time and flies out to the left, and that'll bring up the 6-hole hitter, Thomas Williams, the right fielder. Williams, a senior, coming in batting 171 on the season. He's got 5 RBIs, 8 runs scored, and 2 doubles. As he takes that one high, it's going to be a 1-0 count. And in the dirt, makes it 2-0 now, and he's way ahead. Looking to see a strike here from Benton. And in the dirt again is now 3-0. And 4-pitch walk for Thomas Williams, and he'll reach first base, and that'll bring up the 7-hole hitter, Maddox Anderson, the second baseman for the Blue Devils. Maddox Anderson, the junior, batting .256 on the season, 12 runs, 2 RBIs, and a double. And the first pitch here from Benton's going to be outside. That's 5 balls in a row from James Benton, looking to get back in line here, as that was his first walk of the ball game. And that one goes across the outside corner, and that'll even it up 1-1. Breaking ball off the plate makes it 2-1. And in the dirt now, 3-1 count. Good block behind the plate by Watkins to keep the runner from advancing. So still with a runner at first base and Thomas Williams. Max Anderson with a 3-1 count here with one down in the bottom of the second. And he's going to hit that one out off the glove that time of Benton, but picked up by the shortstop Long, and he makes the throw across to McGlon for the 6-3 put out. And Thomas Williams makes his way over to second base on the ground ball, but now 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Now to bring up Axel Serra, the shortstop. Here with a runner in scoring position and 2 down. Serra, the senior, batting .239 on the season with 16 runs scored, 5 RBIs, 2 doubles, and a home run. And that's going to be flared foul past the screen. It's going to be an 0-1 count. So the movement on Benton's ball, able to get a lot of these Columbus High Blue Devils off kilter with the swing. Not able to put the barrel on it so far. See if Serra can change that here. And he'll tip that one back off the catcher. And he's quickly in the hole, 0-2. And he'll go up, talk to coach over there at the third base. Get his focus reset here with an 0-2 count, 2 down, and the runner at second in the bottom of the second. Hoping a base hit will drive in a run here and give the Blue Devils a lead, but deep in the hole here against James Benton. And outside, waste pitch, didn't get him to chase that time, and it's now 1-2. Benton ready in the stretch. And the 1-2 pitch. And he's going to get him out in front of it. He's going to chop it foul towards the third base line. And he'll stay alive, does Axel Serra, but it stays a 1-2 count. And he's going to chase one up in the air. That time it's going to come back towards the screen. Will it stay in play? And it does. Cohen Watkins makes the catch on the pop-up in foul territory, and that's going to be the third out of the inning. So with that one, Columbus goes no runs, no hits, 1 left on base, no errors. As we head to the top of the third here, we got a little bit of a pitcher's duel going on between Nottleman and Benton here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia-Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover these 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. And you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
And we're back here at Randy Jordan Field here at Columbus High School. Battle from across the river, Smiths Station, the 7A team coming over to take on 2A Columbus. You see Columbus out there in left field with a numerous amount of state titles. Had some legendary ball players and coach out here, Bobby Howard, Frank Thomas, Brent Shaning, Michael Parkerson. That's just to name a few that have come out of Columbus High School. Reggie Abercrombie, Timmy Money, Gary Ingram. I could keep going, but We just had the first pitch of the inning that time, and it's now 0-1 as Kanan McDonald steps to the plate, the second baseman, who's had the lone hit of the ball game, flared one out to right field on a breaking ball in the first. And he'll watch that one cross the inside part of the plate, and it's now 0-2. Behind in the count, 0-2 here. And he's going to poke that one out. It's going to get past second base. He's going to get his second hit of the ball game. And Kanan McDonald's now 2 for 2. As he reaches first base, and that'll bring up Evan Long, the shortstop, who walked his first time up and was stranded at second base in that first inning where they had the bases loaded and were unable to score. Squares around the bunt, drops the barrel, though, and it hits off the top and flares back towards the back screen. 0-1 count. And Evan Long steps back in, but a pickoff throw over to first, not in time. If I had a stat sheet, I couldn't find one for Smiths Station. I'd wonder how many stolen bases McDonald has on the season, because Nottleman sure is worried about him today, as he's thrown over about 6 times to try and pick off McDonald. And that one's across the plate on a swing and a miss, and it's now 0-2 on Evan Long. Same count Kanan McDonald had when he got his base hit in the previous at-bat. Let's see if Long can work some magic here off the athlete Nottleman. And they got to strike him out and no throw him out, as that one is short hopped over to second base, and a stolen base by Kanan McDonald. But Evan Long with the strikeout that time, and it's going to be one down here with a runner at second scoring position for Smiths Station. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Eddie Martinez, who reached on an error out to right field his first time up in the first and was stranded at first to end that inning. Hoping a base hit here, try and break the scoreless tie. And he'll flare that one up. Nottleman's going to just catch it without hardly having to move. So he gets the pop out on the first pitch to Martinez. Now to bring up Hunter McGlon. The first baseman, he popped out to first base his first time up. And a spin around throw to McDonald, not in time as he gets back. And breaking ball drops in on the inside part of the plate to McGlon, and it's an 0-1 count. And flares that one foul out of play. Now he's behind 0-2. So other than Eddie Martinez's pop-up on the first pitch, Nottleman's been able to get ahead 0-2 on every batter so far this inning. And he'll step off the mound that time. Get the sign he wants. And now the 0-2 pitch. Taking off for third. That time is McDonald. Throw over is not going to be. It's going to get past the glove of Vega. And McDonald's going to make his way into home on the error. So with a stolen base on the ball. And then the E2 on the throw. And that brings Kanan McDonald in for the first run of the ball game. And now Smiths Station takes the 1-0 lead here in the top of the third. 1-2 count on Hunter McGlon. And he's going to pop that one out towards second base. Anderson scoops it up, throws over to Wyatt for the 4-3 putout. So with that one, Smiths Station scores a run this time to take the lead. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. Nobody left on base as we head to the bottom of the third. It's 1-0 Smiths Station here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Half of the third here at Randy Jordan Field. Here at Columbus High School as the Blue Devils step back up to the plate here with a 1-0 deficit after the unearned run scored by Smiths Station on the throwing error on the stolen base attempt by Kanan McDonald. And the first pitch from Benton to David Vega, the third baseman, the senior, batting 163 on the season. 16 runs, 11 RBIs, 1 double, and 2 triples. And the second one's outside as well. It's now a 2-0 count. And he'll throw that one across the plate and make it a 2-1 count here against the Columbus High third baseman, batting out of the 9-hole. Top of the order, due up, Ryan Miller on deck. In the dirt, ball 3. It's now 3-1 count. If you're Benton, last thing you want to do after scoring a run in the one inning in the previous top half of the inning is to walk the leadoff batter, and he doesn't that time as he grounds it out to second base, picked up by McDonald, thrown over to McGlon, and that'll be the first out of the inning on the 4-3 putout. So Benton able to get out of that one with a 3-1 count and force Vega into the ground out for the first out, and that'll bring up Ryan Miller. Grounded out to third his first time at the plate. And Miller, the left fielder for Columbus, 0 for 1 on the day, and he watches that strike go across just above the belt. And it's an 0-1 count. Outside to even things up, 1-1. And he's going to flare that one out. It's going to drop out into right and run towards the corner. Chasing it down is Rentz. Rentz with a throw in. Miller over to second base. He'll stop there. Stand up double for the leadoff batter for Columbus. That's the first hit of the ball game for the Blue Devils. And now with a runner in scoring position and one down here in the bottom of the third. That'll bring up the 2-hole hitter, center fielder Ren Smith. Grounded out to short his first time up. Looking to pick up that run they gave up in the top half. And inside off the plate, ball 1. One-0 pitch up coming from the stretch from Benton to Ren Smith. In the dirt. And it's now 2-0. Good block back there by Watkins to keep Miller at second base. Ryan Miller, also a standout wrestler here at Columbus High School, made it placed in the state. And swung and hit. Out goes through the 5-6 hole. Miller looking around third, but he's going to get stopped. Mason Long able to come up with it quickly out in left field and get it in. Now to put runners at the corners. And that's 2 consecutive hits here for Columbus High School with 1 down in the third. And that'll bring up their most threatening hitter in the lineup, Michael Nottleman. And he was hit by a pitch on the first pitch that he saw in the first inning. Stranded at first base. Looking to help himself here as he's on the mound today for the Blue Devils. So 0 for 0 on the day, no official at bat yet. Taken off for second base and blocked by Watkins. An easy stolen base that time by Wren Smith. And that'll put 2 in scoring position now for the Blue Devils. Second and third, 1 out in the bottom of the third inning here. 1-0 count on Nottleman. Breaking ball stays high. And he's now ahead of the count against Benton, 2-0. Breaking ball hit out towards center field. Chased down by Whale. Whale's going to get it. No throw to home, but he's going to make the throw to the cutoff here to third. And that'll get the run in to tie it up as Miller crosses the plate on the sacrifice fly by Nottleman. And he'll get the RBI. And Wren Smith makes his way over to third on the deep ball out to center. So that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, the freshman catcher for Columbus, Colton Hefner. He struck out looking to end the first inning in his first at bat. And it's now a 1-1 ball game here at Columbus. And he's going to poke that one out towards left field. It's going to stay fair. And it's going to drop foul over in the corner. Just a little bit ahead of that one. You saw him kind of get on that front foot a little bit that time and just flared it foul. Benton taking a little bit off of it on that one. And Hefner getting ready to step back in the box here. With Wren Smith just 90 feet away from giving the Blue Devils the lead in the bottom of the third. And swings at one that falls in the dirt on the breaking ball from Benton. And Hefner's now in the hole 0-2. And Benton ready from the stretch. And swing and a miss. Strike 3, but he drops it. And the throw to first from the catcher is going to be snagged up on the throw in the dirt to McGlon. So on the 2-3 put out on the strikeout, that'll end the inning, but not before Columbus ties things up here with 1 run on 2 hits. With no errors, 1 left on base as we head to the top of the fourth. It's all knotted up at 1 here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
And we're back here for the top of the fourth. We got a pitching change for Columbus as Nottleman will go out to center field, and he'll be relieved on the mound by the right fielder, Thomas Williams, as he comes in. So that'll move Ren Smith from center over to right. So a couple of defensive adjustments here by Columbus as well. And Thomas Williams makes his way to the mound for the Blue Devils here with a 1-1 ball game. Nottleman probably on a pitch count limit here with a midweek game. Probably got another region matchup coming up later on in the week for Columbus. So Nottleman will come out, giving up 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, which was unearned, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. And that'll be the day for Nottleman. And now it's Thomas Williams' turn to try to keep it a 1-1 ball game at this point. I'm sure Columbus probably preparing for the upcoming matchup next week against Brookstone. They got Carver in 2 days. Trying to keep Nottleman fresh here. And the first pitch from Thomas Williams going to be inside, and it's going to actually clip off the uniform of Cohen Watkins, and he'll make his way over to first base on the hit by pitch. So that'll bring up Sawyer Rentz, who walked his first time up to lead off the second and was stranded at second base. As he'll now step up to the plate here. Thomas Williams on the season, 2-1 with a 1.72 ERA in 7 appearances. Through 20 1/3 innings, he struck out 27 and walked 11. And from the stretch, squaring around and dropping the barrel again that time, not able to get the bunt down, is Sawyer Rentz, and that one fouls back towards the screen. It's an 0-1 count. And you see the coach calling time there to have a conversation with him. Probably not too happy with the way that bunt attempt went. About to say, anytime you drop the barrel on the bunt, it's more likely going to pop up and usually into somebody's glove. And Rentz will step back in the box here. Fake the square around, then a stolen base attempt that time by Watkins. Hefner unable to come up with the ball cleanly that time, and Watkins will get into second easily with no throw. And it's now a 1-1 count on Sawyer Rentz. He'll drop that one down, though. Looks like it's going to stay just outside the line. And that'll now make it a 1-2 count. Well, it could have been a great bunt that time. Just had a little bit of spin on it. Didn't stay fair. Because I don't believe anybody would have gotten to it in time to get Sawyer Rentz before he reached first base. Now 1-2 count on the 7-hole hitter, the right fielder for Smiths Station. Squares around again this time, pops it up into the air, chasing it down and making the catch is Hefner. And with 2 strikes, with it being in foul territory, it would have been a strikeout regardless, but on the pop-up and foul territory to the catcher, it's going to be the first out. Now to bring up the designated hitter, Parker Watkins, who hit a sacrifice bunt in that second inning to get Sawyer Rentz over to second base. See if he does the same here against Thomas Williams on the mound. He's going to swing at that one and hack at it, but it's going to tip foul and dribble back towards the backstop. 0-1 count on the 8-hole hitter for the Panthers. And breaking ball. Gets him off a little bit there as Watkins turned away from it, and it ended up dropping in the zone for an 0-2 count. So a runner in scoring position with one down here in the top of the fourth. And he's just going to have a little halfway swing at that one, and it hit off the bat foul towards the first base dugout, and it keeps it an 0-2 count. Stays alive, a little bit of a defensive swing that time by Parker Watkins. And that one sails high. It doesn't chase, and it's now 1-2. One-two pitch from Williams. He's going to turn around, make the throw to second base. He's going to get past the shortstop. And now Watkins making his way over to third. Nottleman with the throw over, not in time. And on the E6, that just went off the glove of the shortstop that time. Watkins makes his way over to third. Now he's 90 feet away from giving the Smiths Station the lead back here in the fourth inning. As Watkins steps back in the box with a 1-2 count. And Thomas Williams goes back to the windup with a runner at third. Inside, evens it up 2-2. And he's going to flare that one out towards left. It's going to go foul out of play as Watkins stays alive and keeps it a 2-2 count. And that one drops in the zone on the breaking ball for the strikeout, looking for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the ball game for Williams. And that'll bring up Mason Long, the ninth hole hitter. He struck out looking his first time up, and the second against Nottleman. And he'll swing and a miss at that one. 0-1 count. Foul back towards the screen is now 0-2 quickly, as Williams looks to get out of this inning unscathed. And we got timeout on the field as the ball was thrown in from the street. Or actually, no, that one was thrown wild in the bullpen for Smiths Station. And a little deke over there at third base. Watkins outside off the plate, and it's now 1-2. Good pitch by Williams, but he couldn't get Mason Long to chase that one. And he's going to hit that one out towards short. It's going to be scooped up by Sarah. The throw across in time to Wyatt for the 6-3 put out, and that'll end the inning. So no runs on no hits, one error, and one left on base for Smiths Station. As we head to the bottom half of the fourth, we're halfway through here in a tie ball game, 1-1 on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
A strong workout needs a strong recovery. And with your Planet Fitness Black Card, you get access to 6 new amenities only at PF, like the Red Light Sauna and Polar Dry Plunge, both designed to reduce muscle soreness and relieve tension. Reset, rebound, and recover your muscles so you can do it all again tomorrow.
You gotta try this.
Join Planet Fitness today and get your first month free for just $1 down, $24.99 a month, no commitment. Deal ends March 13th.
New Black Card Spa amenities. Even stronger value.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
And we're back here for the bottom of the fourth. We got a pitching change now for Smiths Station, as Sawyer Rentz will come in from right field to toe the rubber for the Panthers, as he'll be relieving James Benton, who went 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. And now with Sawyer Rentz on the mound leading things off for Columbus is Paxton Wyatt, and he watches the first pitch across for a strike. And it's now 0-1. And he'll hit that one up the middle towards second base, scooped up over there by McDonald, and the throw across to McGlon in time for the 4-3 putout.
Now batting number 3, Thomas Williams.
And that'll bring up Thomas Williams. Started off in right field, now on the mound for Columbus. He walked his first time up in the second and was stranded in scoring position. And first pitch from Sawyer Rentz to Williams is high for a ball and is now 1-0. And that one chopped up. Rentz off the mound, makes the little toss over to flip over to first to McGlon, and it's going to be a 1-3 putout for the second out of the inning.
Now batting number 17.
That'll bring up the 7-hole hitter for the Blue Devils, Maddox Anderson, the second baseman, grounded out to short. His first time up to the plate. And that's going to be a ball to start things off against Maddox Anderson. 1-0 count. Outside ball 2. Sawyer Rentz with a little bit more velocity than Benton, and thrown from the right side here, and he gets the 2-1 count on the strike. Maybe trying to change things up here against the Blue Devils, catch them off a little bit, starting off with Benton on the mound from the left side. Now swing and a miss from Anderson, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on base for the Blue Devils. Breaking ball, not able to corral it back there was Watkins. Might have cost a strikeout that time, as it looked like it may have broken over the plate. And that's going to run the count full here against Maddox Anderson. And he's going to swing and flare that one out towards right field, chased down by Mason Long, and he'll make the grab for the fly out in the third out. And for the first time today, Columbus goes 3 up, 3 down, as we got no runs, no hits, nobody on base, no errors. We head to the top of the 5th. Still a 1-1 ball game here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Both Chevy Silverado and Traverse are ready for you. Get supplier pricing today on all new Chevy Silverado 1500s with up to $13,500 off. Or get a loaded Traverse, the roomy Chevy SUV with 3rd row seating, and enjoy up to $6,000 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Get ready to smile.
And we're back here at Randy Jordan Field here at Columbus High School. Matchup between the Smiths Station Panthers and the Columbus High Blue Devils is still 1-1 here. Low scoring affair, good ball game going on here between both teams. And leading things off here for the third time today at the plate, Hunter Whale here at the top of the order for the Panthers. And he'll take the first pitch from Thomas Williams in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Whale so far 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out looking to lead off the ball game. Grounded out to short to end the second. He's going to flare that one foul out of play, and that'll even things up 1-1. And he's going to pop that one out towards short. Sarah comes up with it, the throw across, and it's going to pull Wyatt off the bag. And Whale will reach first base on the E6. And that'll bring up Kanan McDonald. 2 for 2 on the day. I believe the scorekeeper is going to give him the base hit on the infield that time, but so Hunter Whale at first base. Throw over from Williams, not in time. As Whale dives onto the bag. Again, Kanan McDonald with a lone run scored for Smith Station on the day, 2 for 2. Both hits going out to right field. Not afraid to go oppo, the second baseman for the Panthers. Squares around, pulls it back, and not able to corral it was Hefner. And Hunter Whale with a stolen base. And it's a 1-0 count now on Kanan McDonald. And they got him for a balk. Umpire calls a balk on Thomas Williams. He must have set and then pulled his hands back out of the glove. And that'll move Hunter Whale over to third. And we're going to get a timeout here as coach goes out to talk to the umpire to see what the balk was for. As you can see, a little bit of extra movement. The swaying, he's saying, when he gets set, moving, and then resetting again. Just by the body language I'm seeing from the umpire. Now Hunter Whale with nobody out here in the top of the fifth is just 90 feet away from giving the Smith Station Panthers the lead. As you see, the umpire Tim Green making his steps to the music, I believe. Getting back behind the plate. And now the discussion over. Now we're ready to play ball here. 1-0 count on Kanan McDonald. And inside highs 2-0. And with a runner at third and no outs, Thomas Williams go back to the windup. And just outside and makes it 3-0. So McDonald more than likely taking on this next pitch here. And that'll be outside for pitch walk to McDonald as he reaches base for the third time today. And that'll bring up the 3-hole hitter, the shortstop, Evan Long. 0 for 1 on the day. He walked and reached base in the first inning and then struck out swinging in the third. So now with runners at the corners, nobody out for Smith Station. Thomas Williams looking to work out of a little bit of trouble here. Throw over to first, not in time. As McDonald gets back safely. Columbus probably willing to give up the run to get 2 outs here, but we'll see what kind of defense they've got set up. If they can get a ground ball out of Evan Long here. Williams steps off the mound here. Now we're ready and set here for the first pitch to Evan Long. He squares around the bunt, taking off for second. Pulls it back. Throw down's cut off at short by Sarah. As they try to get Hunter Well coming off a third and try to get him off balance there. Try to get the short throw so they can make a quick snap throw back home. And Well doesn't bite. And now it's second and third. No outs. High. 1-1 count. So 2 runners in scoring position for Smiths Station here with nobody out in the top half of the 5th. Can they take advantage from here? Hit out towards left field. That's going to go foul, way out of play. And that's going to make it a 1-2 count. Now Evan Long's behind. Williams needing a strikeout here or a pop-up into the infield. And now it's roped out to left field, being chased down by Miller. He's not going to get to it as it goes to the wall. 2 runs are going to score for the Panthers. Going to second base and stopping there is Evan Long with a big 2 RBI double. And that'll give Smiths Station a 3-1 lead. Big hit that time on a 1-2 count by Evan Long. And now it's 3-1 Smiths Station here. Still nobody out in the top half of the 5th. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Eddie Martinez. 0 for 2 on the day. He reached on an error out to right in the first inning and then popped up to Nottleman in the third. Squares around the bunt. Tries to lay it down but misses it. And it's an 0-1 count. And the throw over to third, not in time. Wondering if he missed the tag maybe on that one. Slid around it. Saw a little bit of an awkward looking slide from here by Long. As we got another discussion on the field there between Coach Mathis and the umpire. Looks like he's going to ask for the home plate umpire's opinion on that as well. They're going to see if maybe he had his foot off the bag at some point while the glove was applied. And the call will remain safe. And coach still not happy with the call. A little bit of chirping out there towards the umpire, as he's not gotten into the dugout yet. Still upset, and we got Eddie Martinez back at the plate here with an 0-1 count. Popped out towards center field. Nottleman not able to get to it, and that's going to bring in another run. It's going to make it a 4-1 ball game. On the RBI base hit by Eddie Martinez. So here in the 5th inning, all 4 Smiths Station Panthers have come up to the plate, have reached base. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Hunter McGlon, 0 for 2 on the day with a pop-up to first and a ground out to second. Squares around, pulls back. It's going to be outside for a ball. It's a 1-0 count. And over the corner on the black net, evens it up 1-1. Throw over to first in time. Does Eddie Martinez make it? So it stays a 1-1 count here. Still nobody out in the fifth. Smiths Station already plating 3 so far in this inning. Squaring around, pulling it back, and that goes outside to make it 2-1. Squaring around, pulling it back, 3-1 count now as that one goes outside on Hunter McGlon, who's now got a hitter's count. Can wait for his pitch here with a 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Eddie Martinez over at first base. Outside, that's going to be a 5-pitch walk. That's 5 consecutive Panthers to reach base here in the 5th inning. Still no outs as we got time out, and there's going to be a discussion on the mound. And we'll take a break while they talk, and we'll be back here in just a moment here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we're back here as you see the huddle break up on the mound. A little bit of derailment here by the Columbus defense and pitching staff as Smiths Station has plated 3 here in the top of the 5th, and the first 5 batters have all reached base, and now that'll bring up Cohen Watkins. 0 for 1 on the day, struck out in the first and then was hit by a pitch to lead off the 4th. Squares around, tries to lay it down, but he shoots one over towards the third base dugout. And that's going to be a strike, and it's now 0-1. So far, 20 pitches in the inning for Thomas Williams, and still nobody out. And that was going to be grounded foul towards the dugout, and it's now 0-2. So Thomas Williams, after the timeout, quickly getting ahead of Cohen Watkins, the Smiths Station catcher. And timeout called by Watkins. Granted, just before Williams started his movement there, and thrown across a little bit low that time, and it's now 1-2. Runners on first and second, nobody out here in the top of the 5th in a 4-1 ball game. Smiths Station taking the lead in this one. And 1-2 pitch from the stretch. Grounded over to third base, off the chest of Vega. The throw over to first is going to be wide. And that's going to be an E5. And load the bases up, and that's a 6th consecutive base hitter for Smiths Station to reach base. And Cohen Watkins will get a courtesy runner in the game. We'll see which number that was that came in just a moment and give you a. It's going to be Caden Straker. Comes in to pinch run for Cohen Watkins. And that'll bring up Sawyer Rentz, who started out in right field, moved his way onto the mound last inning. 0 for 1 in the ball game, walked to lead off the second, and then popped up, fouled out to the catcher in the 4th inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. That one a little bit low, and it's now a 2-0 count. Nowhere to put him here, so Thomas Williams needing to throw a strike and try to force Sawyer Rentz to put the ball in play. And that's going to be over the black on the outside corner and makes it a 2-1 count. And in the dirt, 3-1. Sawyer Rentz. If he can get another ball this time and reach base, it'll be an RBI on the walk, and that'll bring in Eddie Martinez. But he'll foul that one up out of play as it goes towards the street. And it's going to make it a full count. For Sawyer Rentz. Thomas Williams trying to work out of it here. 28 pitches so far in this fifth inning without an out, as he's on his 7th batter for Smiths Station in this inning. And Rentz waved at one. Would have been ball 4, but he'll get the strikeout. And that'll be the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Parker Watkins. 0 for 1 on the day. He had a sacrifice bunt in the second and struck out looking in the 4th. Looking to put the ball in play here and possibly get another run in for the Panthers. And swinging a miss at that one. Actually, it's going to be a tip foul. 0-1 count. 8th batter of the inning for Smiths Station here. 1 down, bases loaded in the 5th. As Smiths Station has jumped out to a 4-1 lead here against the Blue Devils. High. 1-1. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Houston Clinic, Gordy Eye Care, Carroll Purdue, State Farm, and poked foul over towards the dugout, and that'll make it a 1-2 count now on the 8-hole hitter for Smiths Station. One ball, 2 strikes here. Williams from the windup. Outside evens it up 2-2. Poked out towards the left center gap. Is it going to drop in? It will. It'll roll back, and it's caught by Miller. The throw in. We're going to get at least 2 in for Smiths Station. Making his way over to third base is Cohen Watkins. And that's 2 more runs plated on the RBI double by Parker Watkins with 2 strikes. And looks like we're going to get into the pitching change for Columbus here, but not before Smiths Station has plated 5 in the 5th to take a 6-1 lead. And while they get ready to warm up, we'll take a break with them here in this 6-1 ball game here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
A strong workout means a strong recovery. And with your Planet Fitness Black Card, you get access to 6 new amenities only at PF, like the Red Light Sauna and Polar Dry Plunge, both designed to reduce muscle soreness and relieve tension. Reset, rebound, and recover your muscles so you can do it all again tomorrow.
You gotta try this.
Join Planet Fitness today and get your first month free for just $1 down, $24.99 a month, no commitment. Deal ends March 13th.
New Black Card Spa amenities. Even stronger value.
And we're back here as we got a pitching change for the Blue Devils. On the mound now, Ren Smith, as he'll make his way in from right field to take over on the mound for Williams, and Williams go back out to the right corner here. Thomas Williams on the day went 1 in the 3rd innings, giving up 4 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. So far with 5 earned runs given up, and he's still responsible for the 2 on base for the Panthers here. Thomas Williams came in giving up 5 earned runs total on the season. Came in with an ERA below 2, but Smiths Station able to battle this inning and put the bat on the ball here. So first pitch from Ren Smith to Mason Long. Squares around the bunt. He's going to foul that one straight back. Smiths Station now is officially batted around here in the 5th inning, as Mason Long is the 9th one to reach the plate. And high, evens things up 1-1. Again, runners on 2nd and 3rd for Smiths Station, just 1 down here in the 5th. 6-1 in favor of the Panthers. Swing and a miss, and is now 1-2 on Mason Long, the left fielder. And waiting for and stepping off as he wasn't able to get the signal he wanted, does Ren Smith. And back on the bump now. Gets the call he wants. And that one sails high to make it 2-2. Top of the order due up next for Smiths Station with Hunter Well in the on-deck circle. And poked out to left field. Ryan Miller chasing it. Gets under it, tagging up at 3rd. And it's a high throw, gets over the catcher. And scoring on the play is Cohen Watkins. And Parker Watkins makes his way over to 3rd base on the sac fly by Mason Long. And now that's 6 runs here in the inning for Smiths Station as they jump out to a 7-1 lead. And Hunter Well now at the plate for the Panthers here. First pitch from Ren Smith is going to be low, and it's a 1-0 count. 10th batter of the inning for Smiths Station. And timeout called at the plate as Hunter Well steps out of the box. Back in now here with a 1-0 pitch coming from Ren Smith. Dribbled out towards 3rd base, picked up by Vega. The throw across in time for the 5-3 putout. And that long inning for Smiths Station is now over. 10 batters come up to the plate, 6 score. So 6 runs on 5 hits that inning for Smiths Station. We head to the bottom half of the 5th. It's 7-1. Panthers here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola, for everyone.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, And here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia-Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia-Alabama Sports.
And we're back here as a ground ball out to third base, picked up by Martinez on the throw across. And one pitch, one down as they set down Axel Serra to lead off the bottom half of the fifth on the 5-3 putout. Sawyer Rentz still on the mound. Axel Serra now goes 0 for 2 in the ball game. Now to bring up David Vega. 0 for 1 with a ground out to second to lead off the third. And he'll pop that one up towards second base, and actually first base is going to come over, and then second base calls him off as McDonald. And Cannon McDonald makes the call for the pop-up. And 2 pitches, 2 outs. Here for Columbus in the bottom half of the fifth, and that'll bring up Ryan Miller. 1 for 2 on the day. Had a double in the third inning. Came around to score the Blue Devils' lone run so far in the ball game. And foul tip back into the catcher's mitt. 0-1 count. And he'll poke that one up the middle. Chasing it down is Long. Evan Long with a throw over to first in time. Good play out there by the shortstop, Evan Long, to end the inning. And on 4 pitches, Sawyer Rentz gets out of it with 3 up, 3 down. Go the Blue Devils as we head to the top half of the 6th. It's 7-1 Smiths Station here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Both Chevy Silverado and Traverse are ready for you. Get supplier pricing today on all new Chevy Silverado 1500s with up to $13,500 off. Or get a loaded Traverse, the roomy Chevy SUV with third row seating, and enjoy up to $6,000 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Get ready to smile.
And we're back here, top of the 6th here at Randy Jordan Field. Here at Columbus High School, Smiths Station with a 7-1 lead. Leading things off, Canaan McDonald, 2 for 2 on the day. He's reached base 3 times with a walk. And he takes the first pitch from Marin Smith high and inside for a ball, 1-0. So far on the day, Smiths Station with 7 runs on 6 hits and no errors. Columbus, 1 run, 2 hits, and have committed 4 errors defensively. And that one drops across the plate. Evens it up 1-1 on McDonald. 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored for Smiths Station so far today out of the 2-hole. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, and it's now 1-2. Smiths Station, a young team with just 2 seniors, as that one's flared out of play to keep it 1-2. 2 seniors on the roster, and only one really playing any significant playing time, and Cohen Watkins, the catcher. So a young team out there in Smiths Station, something for look forward to there with that program building. And that one's flared out of play as well as he stays alive and keeps it 1-2. So 1-2 pitch upcoming here from Ren Smith to Kanan McDonald. And inside to even things up 2-2. And he's going to poke that one out towards the pitcher. Smith grabs it, runs over to flip it to Wyatt for the 1-3 put out, and that'll be the first out of the inning here in the 6th. And that'll be the first time McDonald doesn't reach base for Smiths Station on the day. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Evan Long, who ended the bottom half of the 5th with a beautiful play out there at short. And he comes up 1 for 2 on the day with a walk, a strikeout, and a 2 RBI double in the 5th, and also came around to score. And he'll poke that first one foul out of play for a strike in his 0-1. And a little bit of a defensive swing that time as he wasn't able to make contact with it, and he's now in the hole 0-2. Outside on the waste pitch, and he doesn't chase it now. 1-2 count on the Smiths Station shortstop. Smiths Station with a little bit of a comfortable 6-run lead here. Columbus running out of outs. And it's now a 2-2 count. And he watches that one cross the plate for a strike, and it's going to be a K. First one of the day for Ren Smith, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter for Smiths Station, Eddie Martinez. Martinez 1 for 3 on the day. Last time at the plate with a base hit RBI out to center field in that 5th inning. Came around to score later on. And he'll knock that one out towards center field as well. Nottleman coming over to it, and he'll make the grab for the fly out. And that'll be the first time Smiths Station will go 3 up, 3 down in the ball game as we head to the bottom of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Still 7-1 Panthers here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover these 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
And we're back here. It's the bottom of the sixth. Columbus down to their last 6 outs. Down 7-1 here against Smiths Station. Sawyer Rent still on the mound for the Panthers here, and Ren Smith facing his counterpart on the bump as he's come in to relieve Thomas Williams for the Blue Devils. Rent's 1 for 2 on the day. Had the base hit in the third after grounding out the short in the first. Ended up being stranded at third base. And he'll take the second one there now, leaving the count up 1-1. Breaking ball. Doesn't break. And hits Smith in the back, and he'll hit over to first base on the hit by pitch. And that'll break the streak by Sawyer Rentz in the 4th and 5th innings since he's coming in relief of James Benton. He's been able to set down the Blue Devils in order both innings, but then gives up the leadoff hit by pitch to put Smith over at first base, and that'll bring up the 3-hole hitter, Michael Nottleman. 0 for 0 on the day. Hit by a pitch in the first inning and then hit a sacrifice fly in the third to score the Columbus Blue Devils' only run. Throw over to first, and back in time is Ren Smith. Off the outside of the plate that time, and is now 1-0 on Nottleman. And outside again that time, and it's now 2-0. Sawyer Rentz trying to be careful. Throwing it to Nottleman with a good bat at the plate, and he's going to foul that one. See if it stays in play, and it won't, and it'll go out of play that time, and it makes the count 2-1. As everybody gets back in position for the Panthers now to chasing that one. 2-1 pitch coming from Sawyer Rentz to Michael Nottleman. Throw over to first. Almost. If it had been a little bit of a lower throw that time, he'd have got him. Looks like Ren Smith kind of got stuck for a second there on the dive back. Luckily for the Blue Devils, there's a high throw over to first. And a flail and a miss at that one on the off-speed pitch by Rentz. Evens things up, 2-2 count on Nottleman here with nobody out in the bottom of the sixth. So far, Smiths Station has held Columbus to just 2 base hits in the ball game. And that one grounded over to first. And they're going to say it was foul. As that one, you can see umpire pointed the wrong way at first when he yelled foul and went, nope, I meant this way. But, yeah, it was a foul ball. I can see where the glove caught it. As he was standing on the bag, he had to reach across his body to get it. So foul ball. So it keeps it a 2-2 count now. Good adjustment that time by Tim Green to get the correct arm out. Nottleman back at the plate, 2-2 count, nobody out. And we got time out at the plate as Nottleman granted time just before Rentz made his way to the plate. And he's going to poke that one foul off the wall. And that's going to keep it 2-2. Battling here to stay alive. Nottleman back at the plate. Rentz from the stretch. The pitch. Poked out towards second base. Off the base runner. He's going to be out. So Nottleman will reach first base on the runner's interference. And that's going to be one down here in the bottom of the 6th. And with Nottleman over at first base, now to bring up Colton Hefner, the catcher, 0 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts. And it goes off the glove of Watkins, back towards the backstop, and going over to second base is Nottleman on the pass ball. And it's a 1-0 count. Seemed like a little bit of a mix-up there on the pitch call. And we're ready for the 1-0 pitch here to Colton Hefner from Sawyer Rents. Breaking ball just off the plate, and it makes it a 2-0 count. Nottleman now in scoring position for the Blue Devils after that pass ball. Blue Devils looking to get some base runners here. Down 6 in the bottom of the 6th. And poked out to center field. Whale under it. Looking for the tag is Nottleman. The throw over to third. He's going to stop. Good defensive play by Whale and a good arm to keep Nottleman at second base. And now there's 2 down here in the 6th inning, and that'll bring up the 5-hole hitter, the first baseman, Paxton Wyatt. Wyatt 0 for 2 on the day. He's flown out to left field and grounded out to second. Here, 2 down in the 6th inning. Runner on second base for the Blue Devils. Rents the pitch. Breaking ball. Makes Wyatt buckle a little bit at the knees as it started off at him and then went over the inside corner. Now it's an 0-1 count. Good pitch by Sawyer Rents that time on to start off the at-bat here. Fastball just off the plate. And he's going to call it a strike, just dropped that time by Watkins, so it's 0-2 count. Here on Paxton Wyatt in the hole with 2 outs and a runner on second. Off the plate, he doesn't chase it, and it's now 1-2. Rents has come in so far, dealing for the Panthers. The lone base runner reaching by a hit by pitch since he's coming in relief of James Benton. Breaking ball. Out in front of it is Wyatt, and he stays alive. Keeps the count 1-2. So far, the Blue Devils, again, just 2 hits on the ball game, both coming in the 3rd inning where they scored their lone run to tie it up after Smiths Station has scored in the top half. On the outside corner on the black, and he's going to get him looking for the 3rd out. And Rents gets out of it, his first strikeout of the ball game, as we head to the top of the 7th. Still 7-1 Panthers here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we're back here at Randy Jordan Field. Ren Smith still on the mound for the Blue Devils. Smiths Station with a 7-1 lead as they look to start things off here in the 7th. And with Hunter McGlon at the plate for the Panthers, he fouls the first one back to the screen to make it an 0-1 count. Ren Smith has come in, unable to give up a hit since he's come in relief of Thomas Williams in the 5th inning. And just outside to make it 1-1. As Ren Smith's come in to retire 5 consecutive Panthers. And outside makes it 2-1 in the dirt on Hunter McGlon. McGlon 0 for 2 on the day. Pop up to first, ground out to second, walked and scored in the 5th inning. Turns out so far to be the inning of detriment for the Blue Devils as all 6 runs scored when Smiths Station was able to take the lead. And it's now a 3-1 count on Hunter McGlon looking for the perfect pitch. And that's going to be in the dirt. And he'll take off for first base on the 5-pitch walk. First Panther to reach base since Ren Smith has come into the ball game. And that'll bring up the catcher, Cohen Watkins. 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout in the first, was hit by a pitch and stranded on base in the 4th. Reached on an error by the 3rd baseman in the 5th, came around to score the 7th and final run so far for Smiths Station. And over the outside corner for a strike, and it's now 0-1. With Hunter McGlon over at first base. Nobody out for Smiths Station here in the 7th. Looking to tack on a couple more here. Swing and a miss, and it's now 0-2. Pitch up coming, throw over to first, not in time. McGlon gets back easily. Now Watkins back in the box, calls time, granted. And high to make it 1-2, no chase that time by Watkins. Again, take this a little bit of time. Thank our sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Houston Clinic, Gordy Eye Care, and Carroll Purdue. State Farm, as that one's nubbed back towards the pitcher. And it's going to be a fair ball. And he's going to call foul, saying it hit off the leg that time. You saw it kind of roll out as Watkins didn't make his way over to first base. And a little bit of chirping from the 3rd base dugout. Still 1-2 count here as Watkins stays alive. Runner at first base and McGlon. And that one's going to be fouled. Out of play. And that'll keep it a 1-2 count. And Watkins back in the box here against Ren Smith with a 1-2 pitch upcoming. No outs and a runner on first for the Panthers. Hit out towards left field. Miller looking to get under it near the warning track, and he does. And tracking back to first base is Hunter McGlon, as he won't advance on any tag that time and is now 1 down here in the 7th inning. That'll bring up the Blue Devil pitcher, Sawyer Rentz. 0 for 2 on the day, walked his first plate appearance, was stranded on base, popped up to the catcher, and struck out swinging in the 5th. And a little get-me-over throw to first as McGlon gets back in plenty of time. Rentz swinging a miss at the first pitch from Smith, and it's an 0-1 count. And grounded foul over towards first, and Wyatt will come in to scoop it up, and it's now 0-2. As Smith quickly ahead in the count here against Sawyer Rentz. Oh, 0-2 count here on the pitcher for Smiths Station, and the throw over to first not in time. And that one goes over the outside corner of the plate, and he's going to catch him looking. And that'll be the second strikeout of the ball game for Ren Smith, and now there's 2 down here in the 7th inning. Now to bring up the 8-hole hitter, the designated hitter, Parker Watkins. 1 for 2 on the day, sack bunt in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 4th, and the 2 RBI base hit in the 5th. And he'll swing at the first one and hit it foul out of play towards the homes out here on the street. I believe that one hit off of a roof or a porch just by the sound of it. I hope all these guys back here have some insurance from Carroll Purdue. And that one's over the plate for a strike, and it's now an 0-2 count. Smith quickly ahead again here. And that one just on the inside. He's going to get him. A check swing, and it's going to be caught for the strikeout. And it's going to be 3 down there. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base on a walk as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Blue Devils are down to their last 3 outs in a 7-1 ball game here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
And we're back here for the bottom of the 7th. Blue Devils down to their last 3 outs. And got a pinch hitter coming into the ball game for Columbus High. It'll be Conley O'Brien. He'll step up to the plate. Got another pinch hitter in the box in the on-deck circle. And Sawyer Rentz started him off with a strike that time on a swing and a miss, and it's now an 0-1 count. And he'll watch that one over the outside corner, and now he's in the hole 0-2. And he's going to flare that one foul out of play. And it's going to drop near the police SUV. And he'll stay alive. Still an 0-2 count here. Rentz on the mound. Throwing from the stretch here with nobody on base. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout of the ball game for Sawyer Rentz in relief. Since Rentz is coming to the ball game to start off the fourth inning, he's only one batter over the limit so far, over the minimum, and he reached on a hit by pitch. And that was tip foul into the mitt for a strike. And it's an 0-2 count. Flares that one foul out of play. Stays alive, keeps it 0-2 here with one down in the seventh. Smiths Station just 2 outs away from coming away with the Cross River win. All up the middle, off the foot of Rentz, and it goes over to third base. And he's going to reach with the base hit. And that'll bring up another pinch hitter for Columbus. It'll be Lane Chesser coming to the plate for the Blue Devils. First base hit of the ball game for Columbus since the third inning. And now with a 1-on-1 out, Chesser at the plate. First pitch is going to be outside for a ball. See if Rentz is working with a little bit of pain here on the mound after that last hit came right off the ankle, it looked like. And outside corner for a strike to even things up 1-1. Trying to close things out here. Rentz trying to get the win. And swinging a miss for a strike, and is now 1-2. Chesser back in the box. And that's going to be across the letters for a strike, and he's going to get him looking third one of the ball game for Rentz. And that'll bring up Zach Tustin. He'll be pinch hitting here in the seventh. 2 down, 1 runner on base for the Blue Devils. Tustin from the left side. He'll foul that one back towards the screen. It's now an 0-1 count. Breaking ball, doesn't break enough, and it stays outside to keep it a 1-1. Throw over to first. Gets back in plenty of time. A little get-me-over throw. Rentz toeing the rubber again here, looking for the 1-1 pitch upcoming against Tustin. And that's going to stay outside to make it 2-1. Ryan Miller, the leadoff guy, on deck for the Blue Devils, looking to get back to the top of the order here in the seventh inning. Breaking ball stays outside, and it's now 3-1 count on the lefty Tustin. And he's going to foul that one back towards the screen to keep things full. So full count, 1 runner on base for the Blue Devils, and 2 down here in the seventh inning. Smiths Station with a 6-run lead, up 7-1. 7 runs on 6 hits, no errors defensively for Smiths Station. 1 run, 3 hits, 4 errors for Columbus. And he's going to watch that one go across the plate for the strikeout. That's going to be the 4th one of the ball game for Sawyer Rentz. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base, no errors for Smiths Station for Columbus at the bat. And Smiths Station will come away with the win here, 7-1. And they'll move to 8-11 on the season. Columbus drops to 10-8. And with that, we're at time for our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. It'll be number 2, the second baseman for the Panthers, Kanan McDonald. 2 for 3 at the plate. 2 runs scored, a couple of stolen bases. Also with a couple of great plays defensively in the field for Smiths Station as well from the second base position. Again, our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands player of the game, Kanan McDonald. The Smiths Station second baseman comes away as the Panthers drive across the river to get the win here at Randy Jordan Field, 7-1 over the Blue Devils. Again, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Houston Clinic, Gordy Eye Care, and Carol Purdue at State Farm Insurance for helping us bring these broadcasts to you guys while you watch from home or at work. Again, Ricky Rogers running the show. This is Mike Frost on the call here, and we'll see you next time. We've got a couple more broadcasts going on tomorrow here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.